Hey, it's me, MLB. Here's chapter 44 of Shattered Image, and this one is titled Walls Down. Sero was very proud of the class as a whole. Everyone was sticking to the plan, and he looked at you with a grin on his face to see how you were feeling. His eyes were met by the sight of your suspicious glances left and right, and he sighed internally. Oh, I guess she's still not feeling comfortable here, he thought with a little disappointment. Just then Aizawa entered, and everyone got to their seats and sat down, but Sero was having a hard time keeping his eyes off you. Everything you did was just mesmerizing to him. The way you sat back and crossed your arms across your chest with that little scowl, the flex of your jaw when you bit down on your teeth, the way you reacted to hearing sounds behind you, every movement of yours was captivating. He smirked to himself and then looked straight ahead. Oh man, I'm really in way of my head now. What do I do? He asked himself. Aizawa then started the class, and he had to focus, but many times he stole glances at you. He just couldn't wait to talk to you again. In first break, he made a beeline for your desk and dropped his arms down onto it as he crouched beside you. Hey, fancy seeing you here, he joked. What do you want, dummy? You joked back, tapping your pen on the end of his nose. Promise you'll have lunch with me, and not the vending machine, he asked, holding his pinky finger out to you while you still continued to bop him on the nose with your pen. Ugh. Whatever, you said, sliding your pinky against his and locking it with him. Good, because I was kind of getting jealous of the vending machine, he joked. What, you weirdo? You spluttered. Why be jealous for? That's so weird. Ugh, you added, blinking and keeping your eyes averted, suddenly feeling quite flustered by his comment. I gotta give the folder back to Aizawa though, so I think I'll do that first, and then I'll meet you. Can I come with? He offered with a smile. Nah, I wanted to ask him some things, so I might be a while, you replied, and he got the gist that you didn't want him to be there, and he accepted that. Okay, fair. But promise me you'll come and find me for lunch? He asked. Yeah, promise, you replied. You gotta cross your heart and give me the key, he said with a cheeky glint in his eye. Ain't no way I'm doing that, bro, you replied with a smirk. The world could rely on it, and I still wouldn't do it, you added, crossing your arms across your chest. Fine, I'll do it, he said. Cross my heart and give you the key. Bro, I don't want your damn key, you said, trying to punch and swat at his arms as he did the signature cross of the heart and then held his fist out, which you smacked. No, my key, he said as he playfully opened his fist and let the invisible key go flying once you had smacked his hand. You couldn't help but laugh, but then got annoyed that he had humoured you so much. Stop it, you weirdo, you chided him with a low-key smile, which made him laugh that you had laughed. Just then the bell rang for second class and Aizawa walked in again. In each of the breaks, Sero came over to you straight away, and you liked that he was giving you his full attention. Then it came time for lunch, and you got up and headed out to your locker to get your folder, while Sero tried to catch up to you, but his friends were wanting to talk. He stopped to chat, but his head kept swivelling to see where you had gone until he lost you in the crowded hallway and sighed. Where are you headed for lunch? Denki asked him. I was going to take Yin up on the roof. She hasn't been up there before, he said. You're really into this chick, hey? Denki asked with a smirk. I mean, it's always good to have a girl with a wild side, but watch this one, man. Sero chuckled. Everyone's scared of her, but all I see is a little kitten that needs someone to give it a hug, he said with a knowing and loving chuckle. But thanks, dude. I'll take care. Alright, Denki said, letting Sero go to look for you, and he smiled when he saw the black-haired classmate sprinting down the hall to catch up to you. You had put your books in your locker and pulled the folder out when Sero came running up to you, and you looked at him as you closed your locker. I'll be back, you said. Hang here if you want to, I'll be back. Yeah, okay, he said, smiling as he watched you walk away before going to his own locker. Oh, man, this is killing me, he thought. I just want to tell her how I feel, but I don't want to scare her off. What do I do? I want her to like me back. You had your head empty as you approached the teacher's lounge and knocked on the door there. Yes, you heard someone call. You slid the door open and looked at where Aizawa's desk usually was and saw him sitting there doing some paperwork. Hey, you said to him, and he looked up. I've got the folder here, do you need it? You asked him. If you're done with it, I would like it back. It's got vital information in it, he said. You nodded and walked over and then put it down on his desk and lingered for a second. He looked up at you when you didn't leave straight away. How did you find out all that stuff? You asked, referring to the extensive collection of information on your quirk and your dad's family. A lot of hard work and time. Aizawa replied. I didn't do it alone though. I had help. Why though? You asked. Why did you go to all that effort? It doesn't benefit you in any way. I don't get you. Sometimes, Aizawa said, putting his pen down so that he could give you his full attention. Humans are irrational. This was irrational. You're right. It benefits me none, but I did it purely because you have so much potential in life, and I refuse to watch you waste it. Don't waste all of my efforts. Don't make it all in vain. He added, It may have just been the moment, but for a split second, you had a breakthrough. Are there really people who just want to help because they can? You asked yourself as you stared at him, your mind throwing you others that fell into that category. Sero and Ida being the top two, and now Aizawa was added amongst them. When you didn't say anything, Aizawa looked back down to his paper and picked up his pen. Hey, you said to get his attention. Thanks. He looked up at you and nodded and then looked back down again. Hey also, about the, court case? You offered. Happening in 2 weeks. He said, not looking at you. Will you be there? You asked in a somewhat softer voice. Yes, of course. He said, looking up at you. You nodded and crossed your arms across your chest and then looked away. And, the river rescue thing that we did before I went into hospital? You asked, still looking away. We'll talk about that later. He said, I have a lot of work to do and I'm tired. Go and eat lunch and I'll call you to discuss it when I'm ready. Yeah, okay, fine. You said as you turned to go. Also Yin, he said, making you stop and look back at him. If you need anything, come to me. It was like you had been standing out in the cold for so long and someone suddenly offered to open their doors to you. Thanks, you said, and instead of sounding dismissive or angry, you sounded almost genuine. Aizawa had seen you at your lowest a few times now and was still willing to go all out to help you. You acknowledged that and felt comfortable with his offer of help. His reality check in the hospital had humbled you somewhat, and you knew that this was serious now. Your life outside of a prison cell was on the line, and you had better not waste it. Here was someone powerful yet kind, who was willing to stand by you as a father figure, and you finally let your walls down on that side of the fence and welcomed it in. As you left the staff room, you felt a little lighter. He's pretty okay, I guess, you thought. I hate to admit it, but he means well, and I really do feel like he would help me out no matter what. You smirked and shook your head. Am I going soft or what? You thought, rounding the corner to head down the hall to the lockers to meet with Sero. Oh, finally some breakthroughs. We're getting there. Stay tuned for the next chapter, chapter 45, coming tomorrow. I'll see you then.